So you've probably heard that verse, right? The one that gets thrown around a lot. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. And then there's that other one from 1 Timothy 6 that says, those who desire to be rich fall into temptation and a snare. It even says to flee from these things. And if you're like me, you might have sat there thinking, okay, so am I supposed to be poor? Is wanting a better life for my family, is wanting to not stress about bills every single month, is that a sin? It's a huge conflict, isn't it? On one hand, you want to live a life of faith, and on the other, you want to be financially secure, maybe even prosperous. How in the world do you reconcile those two things? Let's break this down, because it's not as black and white as it seems. The first and most crucial thing to understand is the heart behind it. Notice the Bible doesn't say money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is. It's a condition of the heart. It's about what you worship. Is money your God? Is it the thing you trust in more than anything else? Is it what you sacrifice your family, your integrity, and your relationship with God for? That's the love of money. That's the snare. But what about the desire to be rich? Let's reframe that. What if instead of a desire to be rich, we had a desire to be a good steward? See, the Bible is actually filled with principles of wealth creation and management. Think about the parable of the talents. The master gives his servants money. 2 of them invest it and double it. The master comes back and says, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things, I will put you in charge of many things. He praises them for their financial growth. But the servant who buried his money out of fear, he gets rebuked. That parable tells us something profound. We are expected to be resourceful, to be productive, and to grow what we've been given. God isn't anti-prosperity. He's anti-obsession. He's anti-idolatry. So how do we pursue financial prosperity in a way that honors God? It starts with a mindset shift. You're not just trying to get rich, you're trying to become an excellent manager of God's resources. Think of yourself as a CEO of You Inc. and God is the chairman of the board. Your job is to grow the company's assets, not for your own greedy benefit, but for the good of the kingdom. What does that look like practically? First, it means working with excellence and integrity. Proverbs says, diligent hands bring wealth. It means showing up, doing your best work, and being honest in all your dealings. You're not looking for get-rich-quick schemes or shady shortcuts. You're building value. Second, it means becoming financially literate. Learn about budgeting, saving, and investing. Dave Ramsey's stuff is a great starting point for getting out of debt. But don't stop there. Learn how money works. Understand that investing isn't the same as gambling. It's participating in the growth of the economy. It's that parable of the talents in modern-day action. Third, and this is the most important part, is the principle of giving. This is the antidote to the love of money. When you give generously and consistently, tithing to your church, giving to the poor, supporting causes you believe in, it breaks the hold that money has on your heart. It constantly reminds you that you are a channel, not a reservoir. The money flows through you, not just to you. The goal of having more isn't just so you can have a bigger house or a fancier car. The goal is so you can have a bigger impact. You can solve bigger problems. You can be more generous. So don't flee from money. Flee from the love of it. Flee from the temptation to make it your God. Instead, run towards wisdom. Run towards diligence. Run towards generosity. Pursue financial prosperity not as an end in itself, but as a means to a greater end. To be a faithful servant, to provide for your family, and to be a blessing to the world. When your desire is to increase your capacity to give and to serve, that's not a desire to be condemned. That's a desire that God can, and often does, bless abundantly.